This ball's a lot of fun. Can I just take two?
Welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids, everyone. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new Brunswick Stellar. So let's talk a little bit about the Stellar. So we got the VersaMax core making a return. It's a little higher RG, high differential, and the Activator Plus 2.0 Hybrid Coverstock. This is a hybrid version of what's on the Hero Solid and the Hero Pearl. So for the review today, we're going to compare against Brandon's Hero Solid. It's a little bit lower RG, a little bit lower differential, and it has a sanded solid cover stock. So we expect the Hero Solid to be a little bit earlier and have a bit of a smoother shape to it. And comparing the Stellar to the Hero Solid, I think we're gonna see a similar amount of hook, just a little bit more natural length through the front part of the lane, and a little bit more angle off the back of the pattern. So for the oil pattern today, we have 42-foot carbon. This is very similar to what you're gonna find in a house shot. On the left lane, we have a freshly laid down pattern. Hasn't been bowled on yet. And on the right lane, we've had a couple of lessons and a couple games of practice bowled on that lane. So we're gonna see something that's a little bit closer to burn. So we'll see how both of these balls stack up. That's enough in here. Let's send it out to Brando on the lanes.
Brando here, back for another ball review, and today it's gonna be the Brunswick Stellar. We're bowling on 42-foot carbon, which is very similar to your standard league pattern, house shot. And let's see how it rolls. Okay, got my feet at 25. Let's feed this ball out to the right a little bit. All right, I was a little bit firm in that shot. Got it way out to the right, and that thing came screaming back. That was good. That was good. I've only thrown a couple shots in practice. I'm still trying to figure it out. Stay there and just throw another good shot. I missed on that one and that ball hooked. Backends are still fresh. The Stellar borrows the core from the extremely popular VersaMax, one of Brunswick's best balls from 10 years ago. It's a symmetric core, higher RG, so it gets a little further down the lane, and fairly high diff for a symmetric ball, so we'll hit the corner. It's paired up with a hybrid version of the cover stock used on the Hero. I'm gonna keep my speed up, or increase my speed a little bit here, and again, try to give it some more room out to the right. That ball's really hitting the corner well. The original VersaMax was Brunswick's response to the Storm High Road. I definitely see that kind of characteristic out of this ball, maybe even more angular. I'm gonna move in and find some oil, help this ball out to the right. That was a lot of entry angle. Got a little more around that one than I intended to, but got away with it. Let's stay there. I think that's the right way to play this pattern anyway. I think I deserved a solid 9 with all that entry angle, but it's fun. This ball's a lot of fun. All right, it's forgiving there. I missed my target a bit left, but I got the ball a little more rolly. That's more the shape I want to see through the pins. I need to hit my target this time though. Oh, this ball really wants to hit the spot hard. I'm really gonna have to keep my speed up and trust it. Oh yeah, much better. The other ball in Brunswick's mid-range line is the Hero Solid. It's got a bit of a rollier core, and it's a duller solid cover stock. This would be a little smoother and may even cover a few more boards, but let's see what happens. Oh, I love 10-to-1 patterns, but that shot was absolutely terrible. When I throw a bad shot, it's usually spinny and often out to the right. I can throw it better than that though. There we go. A little less angle through the pins, A little less change of direction and probably more the kind of ball I'd want to use to start on this pattern, but it still maybe wants something weaker. There's a lot of hook out here today. I'm gonna move 4 left to get lined up with the Hero Solid. I like that a lot too. Now I want to try the Stellar inside, see how much I can hook it. Standing feet at 35 on fresh oil. Ton of angle. More than I need right now, but it'd probably be great on the burn after 3 or 4 games of use. The last ball I know of using this core was the Brunswick Fanatic. It was a pearl, it got way down the lane. Personally, I didn't like it. This ball's a lot stronger. It reads a lot earlier, it's smoother, it lets me cheat a little bit more into the oil. And this is something I think I can use in my bag, a lot more than that original Fanatic. All right, let's go blowing some burn. There's way too much backhand out here on the fresh. It's question time with Brando, and Brunswick brought back the VersaMax core in the Stellar. So let me know in the comments below, what core would you like to see Brunswick back next? All right, so we found some burned out lanes. Jordan's done a few lessons on these, and there's been bowling for about 3 hours here. This house doesn't really break down that much. If anything, it carries down. So I'm hoping to be able to get a little bit more left and see a little bit less back end and sharpness down lane. Let's see if this ball rounds out the back end part of the lane properly. Still standing at 35. That was perfect. Just a little bit less shape down the lane once some of the oil's carried down. This is more what this ball's meant for. This is meant to be the ball that you switch to in game 3 of league or in the middle of your tournament. All right, let's just keep striking. Oh yeah, this is the nuts right now. Just love my reaction. Like seeing the ball get through the front part of the lane easy. It has no problem making the corner, and I don't have to fight it either. I don't think I've ever lost that before. Let's get up on the ball return a bit. Terrible shot, still got 9 though. I just gotta keep going left till I find oil. I don't think I have a 5-pin. It's okay. I'm going for the 8-9 here. Two. Did I just take 2? I think I just picked the 3-9 off that rack. Okay, I need to start throwing some speed. We can finish up. That's the adjustment I needed. I need to keep my ball speed up instead of moving all the way left. Really like what this ball is doing right now. I was surprisingly comfortable on the fresh, although I really had to trust it out to the right, and it looks great on the burn. Let's move right and amp up the speed. That's 10, good enough. To the shop. Back in the shop, threw the Stellar out on 42-foot carbon, league type pattern, and I struck a lot. I like seeing back end motion, it fits my eye, and I had lots of room out to the right, a lot more than I'm used to seeing actually. The interesting thing about the Stellar is that it's got that higher RG core, which pushes further down the lane, saves more energy, and is ready to kick on the back end. Surprisingly, my look on the fresh was really good. And it was also good on the burn too, but I was really impressed with what happened on the fresh. Pins were getting thrown around and the ball was hooking back from everywhere. I compared it against the Hero Solid, which has a bit of a different core. It's a little earlier rolling, doesn't hit the corner quite as hard, and that gives you a little more control. That's usually better on fresh oil, and then maybe not quite the reaction I want when the lanes start to dry up. On the fresh pattern, I had tons of room to the right, way more than I usually get, and I didn't have as much room left as I thought I would. The backends are just a little too clean for a ball like this, but my look was still decent, and my carry was exceptional. Probably not what I'm going to be using right out of the gate, game 1 in a tournament, or maybe even for league, but definitely the kind of ball I'd want to go to after a couple games when the back ends start to calm down, and I develop a little more hold in the middle of the lane. Here's a ball that's going to read the latter half of the lane really, really strong, and not really see any of the dry friction in the front part of the lane. To get lined up with the Hero Solid against the Stellar, I had to move my feet 4 boards left, and it got me a little deeper into the oil, and it helped my angles a little bit that way too by just calming them down. The Hero just gave me that smoother shape, and it's better when I stay a little straighter. On the burn, the Stellar was great. I could get all the way left. No concerns about the ball making it back. If anything, I was worried about the ball overhooking if I got to the dry too soon. Something I see sometimes, but not often to this degree. And that's just because of that different type of core that's a little more responsive. As far as the Stellar making my tournament bag, I'm not sure yet. It's really hard for me to replace a ball in my top 6, and I try not to use those balls in practice to track them up much. It's stronger than my Glam, for sure. So it wouldn't be the weakest reactive ball I have in my bag, but I don't know if I'd take the GB4 or my Hero or an Omni out to put this in. That's a really tough call. It's gonna make my top 12 for sure. That's an easy one. As for who else on the JR Pro Shop staff that this ball may be effective for, I think Jung and Simu would have the most success with this other than myself. I think Simu with a little bit softer speed and a little bit less hand would like seeing this ball getting down the lane for him, which it would do. And it hits a corner pretty well and he would like seeing that. And with Jung with the really heavy, kind of like that tumbly forward roll, hit the corner a lot better than most other balls he has in his bag. And it might provide him something a little different than what he's used to seeing. Jung, who's a storm guy, this would kind of be like an updated high road for him. Maybe a little stronger, but definitely sort of like more up that alley, and I think it'd be something he'd really like seeing in his bag. Too bad he can't throw it. Thank you for watching. Check out shop.jrproshop.com. I ordered the gold, size large. I like the shirt, it feels really comfortable, and it came to my house within a week. And please don't forget to comment down below as to which Brunswick core you'd like to see come back. Stay tuned for some more ball reviews. We got Barco back with a couple hammer pieces coming out.